99% said yes.
The Prime Minister has a new nickname, King Tony.
With the huge success here in the United States of shows like The Crown and Downton Abbey and movies like Harry Potter, Americans have become bloody keen on British phrases, Larry.
God.
Chip, chip.
It's not just because of entertainment. Writer and cultural historian Ben Yagoda has been noticing this trend for a while, and his new book looks more closely at it. It's called Gobsmacked, The British Invasion of American English, and he joins us this morning. Ben, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Delighted to be here. I'm chuffed.
I've noticed a lot of Cheers has become very popular. Isn't it kind of obnoxious? Is there a way to do it without being obnoxious?
Well, that's between you and your conscience. I mean, an interesting thing about Cheers is that it's used a little bit differently here in the U.S. than in Britain. In Britain, it mostly means thank you. Like you hand the news agent your pound note for your copy of The Guardian, and he says, "Cheers, mate," meaning thanks. Here, it's more like good feelings, good thoughts to all. So some of these terms get changed a little bit when they come over to the U.S.
So that's what, when Larry mentioned this, it's a lot might be, more commonly used, but it still sounds a little off when someone tries, like when they say, "I'm going on holiday." No, you're not. You're going on vacation.
Right. Or when I was at university instead of in college.
Yes.
There is the danger of pretentiousness. However, some of these terms, people would be gobsmacked to learn they were originally British. For example, to say something easy was a piece of cake. That's a Britishism.
Huh.
It started in the Royal Air Force in World War II. With a lot of these terms came over here. Now it's as American as, devil's food cake.
Yeah, or curate or kerfuffle. Those are words I didn't realize that they were British. They certainly sound British now that I think of it. But is there something to the psychology of why Americans feel the need to suddenly start using we're going on holiday? What's going on there?
I think the holiday goers are a bit of an outlier. More of the terms are things like kerfuffle that you mentioned, or spot on, over the top. A lot of these phrases, really, there was no great American equivalent for, so they're useful. And as you mentioned in the intro, there's a lot more cross-pollination now with Harry Potter movies, BritBox, Peppa Pig, where a lot of little 4-year-olds end up sounding like, British matrons. And these words and phrases are in the air more than they used to be. So a lot of them are quite useful. Another one that's quite useful that surprises people to know that it's British is go missing. You have that up on the screen right now. Yeah, a person or an item. We used to say it disappeared, it vanished, and that sounds a little bit like a magician's trick. And go missing is a very useful phrase, and it's caught on in part because of that. And there is a little bit of a pretentious feeling, don't get me wrong, but most of them have a utility to them.
Huh.
I see ginger is on this list. I don't remember, redheads being referred to as gingers until you hear the Brits refer to Prince Harry that way. So is that, when did that come into the context? They've been saying that for years?
It's fairly new. I think the Harry Potter books, where Rupert was famously a ginger, and also South Park, that TV show, had a number of episodes where they kind of used that term for redheads. And then that singer, whose name escapes me now, who's a British man, who was... Yes, that bloke. He talks a lot about being a ginger, and there's a lot of ginger bullying that goes on. So, a lot of those things come together to make these terms just out there.
Yeah, I do like bloke. What about Bob's your uncle? That hasn't quite made it over here. Can you explain what that one is again?
Well, it's one of these terms that it's a little bit hard to express the meaning or even the derivation of it. Essentially, the Brits use it when they've said how to do something or that something is done, and then Bob's your uncle. There you go. It's kind of a more colorful version of there you go.
Okay.
Well, the book is called Gobsmacked, and you can check out Ben's blog site for more information. Thanks so much. Nice to meet you.
I'm chuffed, and cheers to you.
All right, thanks, Ben.